Welcome to League Secretary Training. The League Secretary is a vital position to helping make a league run smoothly. The Secretary is the face of the league, and league members will look to you for information, ranging from something as simple as where they bowl to asking whether or not an individual is legal to bowl. The more prepared you are, the smoother the league will run and the more fun the bowlers will have. The following lesson will guide you through what the duties of the League Secretary are and how to do them in order for you to be a successful League Secretary. While the Secretary duties can, and for the longest time were, done by hand, this lesson will show you what to do assuming you are using a computer, because technology in this instance makes the job so much easier. We have broken up this lesson into 6 sections: meetings, the organizational meeting, Week 1, League certification, weekly duties, and season wrap-up. Our journey starts with the League Secretary's responsibilities in meetings. There are various types of meetings a league may have. Some of the most common are protest meetings to settle league disputes, disciplinary meetings to dismiss a member, and the organizational meeting. Regardless of the reason for the meeting, the Secretary's responsibilities remain the same. First and foremost, the League Secretary is responsible for notifying the appropriate body of the date, time, and place of the meeting. Typically, most meetings held during a league are Board of Directors meetings. The Board of Directors includes all team captains and league officers. This also holds true for the organizational meeting, unless the league has adopted a rule specifying the general membership adopts the rules. The President presides at all meetings and calls the meetings to order. Once the meeting is called to order, the League Secretary will need to make sure that there is a quorum present. A quorum is the minimum number of members required to hold an official meeting. Unless the league rules state another number, a quorum is a majority, or one more than half of the eligible members present. For example, if a league has a Board of Directors meeting during the season, a quorum would be a majority of the Board of Directors. For the organizational meeting, a quorum is determined differently, since until the league starts, the number of teams or individuals in the league are unknown. There's no way to determine one half of the members. Therefore, a quorum is established by those present. To determine if a quorum is present, the Secretary calls the names of all those invited to the meeting, recording who is present as part of the minutes. Once a quorum has been declared, official business may be conducted. Now that a quorum is present, the most important responsibility of the League Secretary is taking minutes of the meeting. Meeting minutes should always include a roster of those present and absent, any motions that are made, who made it, who seconded the motion, and the outcome of any votes taken. All of these things are recorded in case they are later challenged. The Secretary should also record a brief summary of the discussion. Verbatim minutes are not necessary, but should be detailed enough that they can be followed by someone who was not present at the meeting. The organizational meeting. The organizational meeting is where the league adopts the rules, finalize the team's roster, and make decisions on any other matter that must be addressed prior to the start of the season. It is very important for the Secretary to invite the appropriate body to the meeting. As stated before, the league rules are adopted by the Board of Directors unless the league rules state the general membership. If the league rules are silent, the Secretary needs to invite the officers and all the team captains from the previous season. If the league rules require the general membership to adopt the rules, all members from the previous season and any new members must be invited to attend. Thorough and complete league rules are the groundwork for operating a league smoothly and must be reviewed and voted on each year. A majority vote of those present and voting is required in order to adopt any rule.
The organizational meeting is also a good time to tell the bowlers of the benefits of USBC membership. In addition to the bowlers getting a certified average and the ability to bowl in tournaments, membership also pays for bonding of the league prize fund, standardized rules, equipment, and much more. Members can also save money, earning back the cost of membership multiple times through USBC's Member Rewards program. For complete information on all rewards available to USBC members, go to Member Rewards under the Bowlers tab on bowl.com.
Prior to the meeting being adjourned, go over the team rosters with each captain and note any vacancy a team may have. Knowing in advance how many spots need to be filled gives the league and the center time to try and fill those spots before the season begins. You can also ask the teams if anyone knows of other individuals who may be interested in bowling in the league. Once the organizational meeting is over, you will need to update the rules based on what was voted in. To ensure accuracy, once you have the rules updated, give them to the league president for verification before handing them out to the league members. Week 1. The first night of competition can be hectic. However, if you prepare ahead of time, you can minimize the distractions and enjoy the first night of bowling with your teammates and league members. A week or so before your first night of bowling, you should receive a league membership packet from the local association or through your bowling center. This packet should include a league application, individual membership applications, a USBC playing rules book, award applications, and in some associations, a local association average book. Prior to the first night of bowling, sort out everything you want to hand out to each team captain. This includes a copy of the league rules, a copy of the league minutes from the organizational meeting, and the membership applications. Individuals who returned to the league from the previous season should have a pre-printed card. Take the rosters you confirmed at the organizational meeting and sort out the pre-printed membership applications for each team. You have your materials sorted out and now need numbers to assign to the teams. This can be done various ways. If the league has not adopted a rule on how this is done, the league secretary does have the authority to determine the numbers. There are various ways you can do this. Some of the most common are based on finish position from previous season, team names drawn from a hat, based off of previous season's team number, assigned in order as they get to the first night of league. If team numbers are determined prior to the first night, you should compile a league schedule, print it out, and include a copy for each team captain the first night. It's league night. It's a good idea to get to the center early to distribute the handouts on each lane so they are ready for the teams when they arrive. Once that is done, start greeting the teams. Make sure you introduce yourself to any new team and members so they know who you are and to make them feel welcomed into the league. Prior to the league starting, get all team captains together to inform them what you have handed out, what they need to do with that information, and where you are bowling so they can hand in the information or come and talk to you in case they have any questions. USBC Rule 101 requires USBC membership to be paid prior to completion of the bowler's first series. Therefore, it is important you collect membership applications along with payment from every bowler, including substitutes, prior to leaving the first night for anyone who is not a USBC member. Remind those who received pre-printed applications to make any necessary changes. Correct and accurate membership information is very important. On each membership application is a detachable receipt. When you receive the application, for those who paid for membership in the league, you should sign and date the receipt and hand it back to the bowler. This is their receipt to prove that they are a USBC member. For those bowlers who have already purchased membership, ask to see their receipt to confirm purchase of their membership. The league is now bowling, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the night. League certification. All leagues applying for USBC certification are temporarily certified at the start of its schedule for 30 days counting the first day of competition. While temporarily certified, the league is eligible for all membership services provided the league application and membership fees are submitted on or before the end of the grace period. The form, for the most part, is self-explanatory. However, to ensure there is no delay in certification of the league, the application needs to be filled out entirely and accurately. We will go in depth in a couple of the areas that may cause you some problems.
Lane conditions are labeled as either House/Standard, Challenge, or Sport. Challenge is a new designation to bridge the gap between Standard and Sport. Visit bowl.com/lane conditions for more information.
Box 7 asks for you to enter the start date, end date, and number of weeks. While this is straightforward, one common mistake is secretaries not including the playoffs or any special contest as part of the schedule. If the league conducts a playoff or has a year-end sweeper, in order to make sure award scores rolled earn the appropriate award, include that week on the certification form. USBC requires some personal information for the league officers, including his or her email address. Since USBC and its associations frequently communicate with league officers via email, please make sure this information is entered, accurate, and current.
To accurately calculate the bonding amount in Box 11, include the total amount collected for the season for the prize fund, any salaries paid out, and any expenses the league pays. Not included in the bonding amount is the cost of lineage.
Last but not least, make sure the league president signs the application prior to submission to the local association. In order for the league to remain certified and not lose any benefits of certification, it is the league secretary's responsibility to submit the league application along with all the membership applications and fees to the local association within 30 days from the start of the league's schedule. Weekly duties. The league secretary is responsible to finalize the results and report them to the teams the next week. This process has become easier since computer software has been available. All it takes to finalize the results is to enter the scores into the software. Once all scores are entered, the software will calculate the standings, averages, and any other information you may need. The software also makes it simple to post your standings on bowl.com so any member can see them prior to league night. USBC and many local associations have awards the member can earn by shooting certain scores. One of the secretary's weekly duties is to report any scores that are eligible for these awards to the local association.
The league secretary software will automatically generate the high score application, so you need to print out the applications through the software. The high score application is used for any high score, which are a 300 game, or any 800 and 900 series. Once these forms are printed, give the high score application to the bowler who rolled the score to enter some more specific information, verify the award of their choice, and sign it. USBC members are recognized for every high score he or she bowls in a season, so the secretary must submit a form for every high score. However, each member is only eligible for one lifetime award per high score, if not already received.
When all forms are filled out properly, submit them to the local association the bowler who earned the achievement is a member of for processing within 20 days of the score being rolled. The scores are entered and the standings and awards are calculated. It's now time to get ready for the next session. Once again, get to the bowling center early so you can have the current week's information on the lanes prior to the bowlers getting there. What should be handed out each week are copies of the standing sheet and the team's league record book or recap sheet. A duty of the league secretary is to have a current standing sheet available for the members to see each league season. As stated before, the league standing sheet can be posted to bowl.com, but if you do that, you must also make sure one is available at the league session for all to see. Bowlers like to be recognized for their accomplishments, so before play begins, announce any award and the recipient prior to the league's start of competition. The league secretary also needs to hand out membership applications each week to any new bowler or substitute joining the league. Just like the submission of the league and membership applications at the beginning of the season, any new card must be submitted to the local association within 30 days of receipt along with payment. On or before the 5th week of competition, a prize list or lists must be handed out to each board member in order to adopt a prize fund. The president is responsible for appointing a prize committee and, according to Rule 102C, the duties of the president, arranging to have the prize committee submit one or more prize lists for consideration by the 5th week of the schedule. Once a prize list is adopted, the league secretary is responsible for either posting the winning prize list in the center or distributing it to all board members. The winning prize list must receive a majority of the votes cast. If 3 or more prize lists were presented and a majority vote was not received after the first vote, the prize list with the lowest total votes is dropped and the remaining prize lists are voted on again. Each week, you are entering the scores into the software, calculating the standings and averages, and distributing this information via the standing sheet to the board of directors. Any awards that have been earned have been applied for and are being presented as soon as you receive them. The bowlers are having fun, and the league is running smoothly. The best secretaries are the ones who do their job weekly and take pride in their work. It also helps when the season is over and it's time to present the year-end awards. Season Wrap-Up. The league is over. One final meeting is necessary in order to distribute the awards and any prize money, along with electing the officers for the next season. According to Rule 102F, Duties of the Treasurer is responsible for distributing all monetary prizes to the league members. In order for the Treasurer to accomplish this, you will need to print out one last standing sheet for the league Treasurer. This final standing sheet is used by the Treasurer to determine final standings for payouts. You, as League Secretary, will also need a copy in order to distribute the year-end team and individual awards, if any. Copies of the final standing sheet are usually furnished to the team captains as well. According to USBC rules, elections shall be held before the distribution of the prize fund unless the league rules state otherwise. In order to be eligible to be a league officer, a bowler must be a member of USBC but does not have to be a member of the league they are an officer in.
The league is over, the prizes have been awarded, your work is almost done. It is the league secretary's responsibility to submit the final averages to the local association, so the averages can be uploaded to bowl.com and printed in the local association's yearbook if it has one. All games bowled for the entire season, including roll-off and playoff games, shall be included. Whether you have a computer program to print this out for you, or if you are manually entering these figures on the sheet provided by the association, the list of final averages must include full name and USBC identification number of all league bowlers and substitutes regardless of the number of games bowled, total pinfall for the season, number of games, and final average. Be sure to round down the decimal points. All bowlers who filled out a membership application in the league must be on the final average sheet and submitted to the local association even if he or she did not complete a game during the season. While it does take 21 games to have an official USBC certified average, USBC and the local associations need to know the averages in games for those who bowled less than 21 games.
One last responsibility the league secretary has is to notify the league members of all local association meetings. Typically, most associations will hold their annual meeting at the end of the winter league seasons and will notify you of the time, date, and place of the annual meeting so you can forward that information to the league members. Decisions are made at this meeting that often directly affect every member of the association. All the information you have collected throughout the season, the league recaps, standing sheets, prize fund lists, meeting minutes, etc., are records of the league. According to Rule 102E, Item 8, these records are the property of the league and therefore must be retained by the newly elected secretary. So whether you have been re-elected by the league or another individual has taken over, make sure these records stay with the elected secretary. Congratulations! The league is done and the final averages have been sent to the local association. Don't forget to ask the treasurer to make a check out to you for your salary. And by the way, remember to report that salary to the IRS. They want their money too.